Welcome back. In the next part of this lesson, we're going to talk about this idea of the complement of A. Complement just means what's the probability that event A does not happen. So, and we use this capital C as kind of like what looks like an exponent. This means the probability of A's complement is 1 minus the probability of A. So if you talk about the probability of snow being, say, 0.4, the probability of not snow is 1 minus zero point 0.4 or zero point 0.6. Sometimes you'll see this in terms of fractions. What's the probability you roll a 6 on a die? Well, it's 1 out of 6. What's the probability you don't roll a 6? 1 minus 1/6 or 5/6. So that's just what we're going to apply here. I'm going to take a look at a couple of examples with you here. So if we take a look at question number 8 here, we have this following experiment. We're picking one of the 12 months at random. So the sample space would be January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That's the sample space. Let event E be the set of picking a month that begins with the letter A. So we're talking about April and August. Those would be the 2 months. What's the probability of E? So we have a total of 12 months. That's your denominator. 2 out of the 12 months start with the A. So what's the probability that it does not begin with the letter A? So notation would be the probability of the complement of E. E is that it does begin with the letter A. It's just 1 minus 2/12 is 10/12. Basically, you could use the calculator if you think about 12/12 is 1. So we've used up 2 of the 12s. There's 10 of the 12s remaining. So what I'm going to ask you to do is work on question 9. On the next page, question 10, question 11, question 12, and question 13, and question 14, moving on to page 6 actually, and stopping there. So you're going to work up through question 14. Why don't you pause the video now, and then when you're ready, come back and I will go over those with you. So in question number 3, the probability you draw a red marble is 3 out of 17. What's the probability you won't draw a red marble? So that's the idea of the complement. Probability of red complement, 1 minus 3/17 is 14/17. You do need to show work. Do you need the notation? You don't. I want you to get comfortable with it. As we move further into this unit, we're going to use it more and more. So I'd encourage you to. You cannot just have what we'll call a naked answer. You can't just have 14/17 with no work. That won't earn full credit. This would be okay. A and B are complements. What's true about the probability of B based on the probability of A? It's just 1 minus. This is the same as A complement is 1 minus the probability of A. That's all that's happening there. In question 6, the numbering might be wrong, actually. This is question 11 on your page, whatever. You have to figure out how many total gumballs there are in the machine, 120. What's the probability of green? Probability of green. You have 20 divided by 120. Remember, you don't have to simplify these fractions. Not green is 1 minus the 20 divided by 120, which is 100 divided by 120. What's the probability of not orange? 1 minus 5 divided by 120 is 115 divided by 120. So make sure you do have the work that I just wrote in pen. I did not do a good job of modeling what I said a minute ago. Not a color in the flag of the U.S. So that means red, white, blue. It's not any of those. So if you sum those up, it's 80, 95. So 1 minus 95 divided by 120 is 25 divided by 120. Question 7. What's the probability that it snows on Friday? Or, I'm sorry, the probability it does snow on Friday is 11 out of 24. Probability it doesn't. 1 minus that, 13 out of 24. The next question here, number 13 on your page, you're spinning the spinner twice, and you're just creating a sample list. So the first number is what you spin on the first. The second number is what you spin on the second. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, and so on and so forth. You can spin the same number twice. Using your answers from part A, determine the probability of obtaining two numbers with a sum. Sum means addition of 4. So there's 16 total outcomes, 4, 8, 12, 16. The sum is 4. Well, 1 plus 3 is 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. And 3 plus 1 is 4. That's it. So 3 divided by 16. And then on the next page, question 14. Probability of a test tomorrow is 21 divided by 25. Probability you don't have a test, 1 minus that, or 4 divided by 25. So that covers the idea of the complement. In the last video, I will talk about tree diagrams, and that will finish up the lesson.